The modern church operates on an accepted assumption of a five-fold ministry, but as an architectural framework for leadership, that concept is structurally flawed. This 19th century tradition is based on a reading of the biblical text in English translations that overlooks the strict rules of the original language. The error is a case of eisegesis. Eisegesis is the analytical mistake of reading one's own ideas or preconceived traditions into a text, rather than drawing the true meaning out of it. A forensic audit by Gemini, the Socratic analyst, concluded that the five-fold terminology is a later tradition, an eisegesis, that overlooks the Granville-Sharp rule. To correct the error, we must isolate Ephesians 4:11 in its original Koine Greek. Koine Greek was the common language of the Eastern Mediterranean used to write the New Testament, and it serves as our primary forensic dataset. This diagram aligns the English titles against the exact Koine Greek text. Track the repeating Greek definite article, tous. The pattern holds steady for the first three nouns, but the pattern breaks. The article is missing before the final word, teachers. This missing article is not a scribal typo, it is a deliberate architectural specification. Ignoring this syntax resulted in a century of structural misunderstanding in local assemblies. The grammar here is governed by the TSKS construction. TSKS refers to the sequence of article, substantive, kai, substantive, a rigid grammatical formula in Greek used for categorizing distinct groups. In this specific dataset, the deployment of the definite article tous acts as a categorical separator. It tells the reader when a new distinct group is being listed. This formula establishes the baseline pattern, the article tous, plus apostles, prophets, and evangelists. The final line links two nouns under one preceding article. Consistency requires the article tous before teachers. Its absence necessitates a functional merger into a singular class. By treating Greek syntax as an unbroken mathematical law, the equation resolves. We do not have five separate leadership roles. We have a precise four-fold architecture. These four categories operate as distinct, load-bearing pillars for a local assembly. This blueprint details the first office, the apostle. They serve as the foundational ambassador and architect. As Gemini's eye notes, they set the plumb line for the assembly before moving to unreached territories. Their methodology relies on itinerant, roughly 3-year cycles. Their primary output is the establishment of core doctrine, relational ethics, and teaching traditions. This next dossier outlines the prophet. Functioning as the divine interrogator, their role is to deliver situational awareness through specific messages of edification, exhortation, and comfort. But the prophet operates under a strict boundary condition. Gemini highlights a 100% accuracy standard, meaning the prophet must remain completely subservient to the primary dataset of Scripture. The third blueprint covers the evangelist. They act as the proclaimer and recruiter, responsible for local outreach and the initial expansion of the body. These first three pillars focus on external establishment, situational alignment, and initial expansion. They set the stage for long-term internal curation. The dataset concludes with a unified dual-nature pillar, the shepherd-teacher. Gemini's audit defines this local guardian role as requiring a combination of emotional oversight and instructional rigor. This merger aligns with the Greek concept of didaktikos found in 1 Timothy 3:2. Didaktikos translates to apt to teach, and it is a requirement for anyone holding an oversight position. The functional logic is straightforward. You cannot be a biblical shepherd, tasked with protecting a local flock from ideological threats, without the capacity to teach and develop a cohesive worldview. Severing the shepherd from the teacher separates care from doctrine. This creates an imbalanced local structure, which is the risk inherent in the modern five-fold system. This diagram illustrates all four validated pillars working together to support the architecture of the local assembly. The objective of these four offices culminates in the apex, katartismos. Katartismos means equipping the saints for ministry. A SWOT analysis reveals distinct strengths, aligning with Koine Greek grammar and unifying doctrine with pastoral care. However, ignoring this structure risks failing to test the prophet's accuracy or allowing the apostle's centralized authority. The structural gravity of the fourfold system is designed to move an assembly out of ideological infancy, locking them into a state of mature manhood. The syntax resolves the debate. The original text outlines 4 distinct groups of gifted individuals, not 5. The Greek syntax of Ephesians 4:11 identifies 4 distinct gift classes. The omission of the article before teachers necessitates a functional merger with shepherds, establishing the local office as one of both protection and instruction. Socratic Scholar Audit, 2026.